All right, DeFi fans, ready for another deep dive. Today we're serving up a platform that's been making a lot of noise in the crypto space, PancakeSwap.
Yeah, it's one of those platforms that you just can't ignore in the DeFi space right now. Really shows how things are evolving, faster transactions, lower fees. It's a whole new way to engage with your crypto.
We've got a great summary from CoinDCX to guide us. Okay, so PancakeSwap, it's built on the Binance Smart Chain, right?
Right.
And instead of those traditional exchanges, it uses something called an automated market maker, AMM. I'm already seeing acronyms. Could you help a listener out here?
Absolutely. So think of an AMM kind of like a decentralized trading bot. But instead of matching buy and sell orders like a traditional exchange, PancakeSwap uses these things called liquidity pools.
Okay, liquidity pools. Now that sounds like something I'd want to dive into on a hot day. But seriously, what are we talking about here?
Basically, it's a pool of crypto assets, right?
Yeah.
Provided by users like you. You contribute your crypto, you become what's called a liquidity provider, and in return, you get these things called LP tokens. They represent your share of the pool.
Okay, so instead of just holding my crypto, I can lend it out through these pools. Makes sense. But what's the incentive for me to actually become one of these liquidity providers?
That's where things get really interesting. So by providing liquidity, right, you earn a portion of the trading fees generated by the exchange. So every time someone swaps tokens, boom, you earn a little something just for being part of that pool.
Okay.
And PancakeSwap, they sweeten the deal even more. They offer additional rewards, often paid out in their native cake token.
Cake. All right, now we're talking rewards and tokens. This is starting to sound like my kind of baking. What is this cake?
So this is where it's important to understand EP20 tokens.
Okay.
Cake is a BEP20 token, which is basically the standard for tokens on the Binance Smart Chain, similar to like an ERC20 token on Ethereum. But this little distinction is key because it allows PancakeSwap to leverage BSC's speed and low fees. And as you know, that's super attractive for active traders like yourself.
Faster, cheaper transactions, music to any crypto trader's ears. I get it. But this CoinDCX summary also mentions something called yield farming. What is that? Is that where the real cake is made?
You could say that. Yield farming really takes earning those rewards to the next level. Remember those LP tokens you get for providing liquidity?
Yeah.
Well, you can actually put those LP tokens to work in other liquidity pools, earning you even more rewards, often in cake.
Wow. So it's like this double whammy of earning potential. I can see why people are excited about this.
Yeah.
But before I go all in on the PancakeSwap buffet, we got to talk about the risks, right?
Exactly.
There's got to be some downsides here.
While the rewards can be super enticing, DeFi, just like any investment space, it has risks. One of the big ones with PancakeSwap that you really need to understand is something called impermanent loss.
Impermanent loss. All right, you're going to have to explain this one to me like I'm 5, but maybe with fewer actual pancakes
Well,
involved.
right. So imagine you put, say, $100 worth of crypto into a liquidity pool.
Okay.
Now, the value of crypto, it can fluctuate.
Oh.
Right. So because of these price shifts within that pool, you might end up withdrawing, say, $95 worth of crypto, even though you've earned some trading fees along the way.
Okay.
That difference, that potential for ending up with a little bit less than you initially put in because of the fluctuating prices, that's impermanent loss in action.
Okay, I see how that could happen. It's like the ingredients in my pancake batter suddenly changing price while I'm cooking. So managing that risk is super crucial, especially for someone just starting out in DeFi.
Absolutely. Think of it like any other investment. You've got to know what you're getting yourself into.
This white paper summary also mentions something about smart contract vulnerabilities. Now that sounds a bit more serious than fluctuating batter prices.
Right. It's a good reminder that technology, even blockchain technology, isn't perfect. Smart contracts are really the backbone of platforms like PancakeSwap, and if there are any bugs or exploits in that code, well, things can go wrong.
So security is just as important in this decentralized world as it is in traditional finance.
Got it.
Got it. I'm sensing a theme here. High reward potential, but you really got to be informed and aware of the risks.
Exactly. Informed decision making is absolutely key in this space. But that's why we're here, right? To break these concepts down so that you can navigate the DeFi world with confidence.
Exactly. And speaking of navigating, this CoinDCX summary really got me thinking about how PancakeSwap stacks up against the other platforms in the DeFi space. They mentioned some big names like Uniswap, SushiSwap. So it's like we're stepping into this crowded DeFi marketplace with all these different platforms offering pretty similar services. What are some of the key differences between PancakeSwap and these other guys?
Well, a good place to start is with Uniswap. They're often seen as kind of the OG,
Yeah.
the pioneer of the whole AMM model.
Right?
They operate on the Ethereum blockchain, and they've been around longer than PancakeSwap. That means they've got a larger community, probably more established projects already built on it.
Okay.
That might be something important for you if you're looking for a bit more stability or a wider variety of tokens to trade.
Yeah, that makes sense. A more established platform might feel like a safer bet for some people.
Mm-hmm.
So where does PancakeSwap really have the edge? I know we talked about the Binance Smart Chain earlier, but what does that actually mean for someone who's using the platform day to day?
It really boils down to two things: speed and cost. Transactions on the Binance Smart Chain are just faster, and they're way cheaper than on Ethereum. And that's huge for active traders,
Yeah.
people who want to move fast and keep those fees low.
Right, right. So with Uniswap, you might be paying a premium for that established name, the broader selection,
Right.
while with PancakeSwap, it's all about efficiency and affordability. Got it.
Yeah.
What about SushiSwap? Where do they fit into all of this?
SushiSwap's an interesting one. They actually started as kind of an offshoot of Uniswap, a fork, as they call it, in the crypto world.
Okay.
They also run on the Ethereum network, but they've really tried to set themselves apart with their own features and community incentives. They've gone all in on this idea of community governance, giving those token holders a real say in the platform's development.
Interesting. So they're playing the community card, huh? Aiming to give users more ownership and control.
Yeah, I can see the appeal in that. Yeah.
Given these different approaches,
Yeah.
are there certain types of crypto enthusiasts who might naturally gravitate toward one platform or another?
Oh, absolutely. Someone who is really focused on minimizing those costs and squeezing out as many trades as possible.
That's right.
They might love PancakeSwap.
Hmm.
On the other hand, someone who prioritizes having a huge selection of tokens or the security of a platform that's been around for a while, they might stick with Uniswap. And then you have those who really value that community involvement, They want a voice, they might be drawn to SushiSwap.
Yeah. It's so fascinating to see how these platforms are all kind of carving out their little niches in the DeFi space.
Mm.
This white paper summary also mentioned 1inch, which I'll admit I'm not as familiar with. What can you tell us about them?
So 1inch is a little different. They're what's called a decentralized exchange aggregator.
Yeah.
Imagine this. You want to swap some tokens and get the absolute best price.
Right.
Instead of going to all these different exchanges, checking prices.
Right.
0.1inch does all the work for you. It basically scans all these different decentralized exchanges, including Uniswap, PancakeSwap, to find you the most cost-effective trade.
Oh, wow. Okay, so it's like the price comparison website of the DeFi world.
Exactly. Adds a whole other layer of convenience, and it could potentially save you some money by always finding those best prices for your trades. It just shows you how interconnected this space is becoming,
Yeah. It's amazing. Okay, so we've got speed and affordability with PancakeSwap. We've got the established name recognition with Uniswap, community-driven vibes over at SushiSwap, and then the convenience of a DX aggregator like 1inch. It really is like this whole DeFi smorgasbord out there.
Yeah.
But I want to bring it back to PancakeSwap. This wouldn't be the deep dive if we didn't look ahead a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Does this Coin DCX summary give us a taste of what the future might hold for the platform? So PancakeSwap is looking ahead. They've got big plans, right? What's on the horizon?
Oh, yeah. They've got a pretty ambitious roadmap. One of the big things that jumped out at me was this 750 million cake token cap.
Okay, a cap. What's the significance of that?
Well, unlike some cryptocurrencies out there that have an unlimited supply, this cap introduces this element of scarcity.
Interesting. So as the demand for cake goes up, having that limited supply could really drive up its value.
Exactly. That scarcity, it's a big deal for a lot of long-term holders, investors. It makes cake that much more attractive. Another thing on their roadmap that caught my eye was this plan to expand to other blockchains.
Oh, interesting. So not just the PancakeSwap of Binance Smart Chain anymore. They want to branch out,
Exactly.
offer their services on other playing fields.
It's a smart move. If they can replicate the success that they've had on BSC on other blockchains,
Right.
think about it, their reach, their potential user base, it just explodes.
Yeah, it's a huge.
And they're not stopping there. PancakeSwap, they're also always adding new features, always evolving the platform. It seems like they're really focused on creating this really comprehensive DeFi ecosystem. We're talking lending, borrowing, NFTs.
Yeah.
They're going all in.
Wow. So they're really constantly innovating. That's got to be crucial in a space like this that moves so fast.
Oh, yeah.
But what does all of this actually mean for someone who's listening right now and maybe thinking about dipping their toes into the PancakeSwap pool? What's the key takeaway here?
I think The biggest thing to remember is that DeFi, it's not static. It's constantly changing and evolving. And platforms like PancakeSwap, they're the ones who are leading that charge.
Right.
For you, that means there are all these new opportunities out there, new ways to engage with your crypto, earn rewards, really be a part of this financial system that's still being built.
Right. But with those opportunities, there's also that need to, do your research, understand the risks. We've talked about impermanent loss, the whole smart contract vulnerabilities thing.
Yeah.
It's a lot to wrap your head around.
It is. And that's exactly why it's so important to never stop learning. The beauty of DeFi is that all the information is out there.
Yeah.
Take advantage of resources like those CoinDCX summaries you've been using for this deep dive.
Right.
Stay up to date on what's happening in the space, and don't be afraid to ask questions.
It's so true. It really is like learning any new skill. The more you understand, the more comfortable you become, the better equipped you are to, really navigate the intricacies and actually make informed decisions.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And who knows, you might even discover your own personal recipe for success in DeFi.
Now there's a delicious thought. Well, that wraps up our deep dive into the world of PancakeSwap for today. We hope you've enjoyed this journey into the exciting world of DeFi, learned a thing or two, and come away feeling a little bit more informed, a little bit more empowered. Until next time, happy swapping, everyone.